Hi all, great to have you in this MOOC. My name is Tom Selte and I'm responsible for business development and public affairs at Lightyear. Today we are going to discuss how Lightyear is developing an intelligent and integrated energy system. In this lecture, first I will give you an introduction to solar electric vehicles. What are they and what problems do they solve? Then in the next video, my colleague Geert de Nienke is going to tell you all about the impact of solar electric vehicles as an energy system. And finally, I will conclude with the policy implications with solar electric vehicles. But before we dive into solar electric vehicles, I want to tell you about the history of Lightyear. As you might know, the Netherlands is world champion in solar electric car racing for almost 20 years. In 2001, the Technical University of Delft became world champion in Australia with their Nuna vehicles in the so-called Challenger class. Within this class, vehicles needed to be designed for speed only and are characterized by their sleek and aerodynamic design and the canopy where the driver sits in. It's not really practical. In 2012, the Technical University of Eindhoven started to compete in this challenge as well, but not in the same Challenger class as the Nuna vehicles, but in the so-called cruiser class. And this cruiser class wasn't judged not only by speed, but also practicality, and person kilometers were taken into account. And this opened up a complete new design philosophy, as you can see in the picture. These vehicles are able to carry up to 5 persons and have a range over 1500 kilometers. And this actually encouraged us to start the company Lightyear. At Lightyear, we believe that towards the end of this decade, cars will charge more from the sun than most people will need every day. We experienced firsthand in Australia that range can actually feel infinite. But building a scalable product is something truly different than competing in a motorsport competition. So therefore, we first decided to focus on the problem we're solving with solar electric vehicles. When starting the company in 2016, we identified 3 main topics for electric vehicles to become adopted by the mass market. First, you need to solve the range to at least 400 kilometers. Second, the purchase price needs to be around 30,000 euros. And third, the charging time should be under 50 minutes for fast charging. And it should take way less than 50 minutes to find a charging point, otherwise it takes too long. When these tipping points are met, we foresee rapid scalability of electric vehicles. But the industry, politics and market is currently really focused on electric vehicles only. The general way of thinking is we just need to replace these vehicles and we're all set. However, we tend to forget that every electric car needs to be charged. So we need to install a lot of charging points. And also, these charging points need to be connected to local or even international electricity grids. And finally, we also need to generate renewable electricity, which means adding a lot of storage capacity due to the intermittency of solar and wind energy. So all in all, driving clean isn't just a matter of replacing vehicles. At Lightyear, we propose an alternative way to drive sustainably. We need to design one integrated vehicle energy system. In this way, we can leapfrog the grid, just as a lot of African countries, for example, have done during the telecom transition. In these countries, they have never installed fixed telephone lines, but immediately jumped from having no phone to mobile phones. So leapfrogging due to technology can therefore bring convenience and prosperity much faster to development countries. But how do we do it? Let us take an example of adding solar to a standard electric vehicle. In the leftmost bar, you see the average energy consumption of a battery electric vehicle. In the rightmost bar, you see the energy generation when you install a solar power on these battery electric vehicles. So clearly, there's a mismatch. Therefore, to design a solar electric vehicle, you need to focus on reducing energy consumption whilst increasing energy generation. As Lightyear, we reduce energy consumption by drastically lowering the mass of the vehicle and the rolling friction. By being lightweight, we actually can integrate the motors inside in the wheel that enables us to improve aerodynamics. So it's really a system development which reduces the energy consumption by almost 50%. Then, on the energy generation part, we increase the size of the panel by not only using the roof, but also the tailgate and the hood, giving us 5 square meters of solar power generation. And added, we use also high efficient cells and solar electronics to maximize the yield. In this way, we improve energy generation by 10 times. In this way, a solar electric vehicle is born. As mentioned earlier, Lightyear focuses on reaching these tipping points. We solve this by focusing radically on efficiency, which results in similar range of an electric vehicle, but with half the battery size. And that has a huge impact on the price, because batteries are the most expensive part of the vehicle. But in the end, it's actually all about charging. We have estimated that over 80 million households in the US and the EU combined do not have private access to charging facilities, their own parking spot. This is a huge market for us, which needs to rely fully on public charging infrastructure. So by designing a vehicle which charges less and, if charged, also charges faster, we can actually open up a huge growth market. In the next video, I will hand over to Geerte, who is going to tell you all about how solar electric vehicles could accelerate this energy transition.